Hello friends. I will talk about toxics monitoring in aquatic and terrestrial environments. But before that, I'll explain what is a toxicology test and its importance. A toxicity test is the assessment of the degree of effectiveness of a toxic substance in humans, animals, plants or microorganisms. This adverse effect can take several forms, such as illness, deformity, behavioral changes, changes in reproduction, genetic damage or death. Monitoring in aquatics environments. Equipments dissolved hydrocarbons and scattered in the water. The petroleum is constituted for hydrocarbons which can be divided into aliphatic and aromatic. Between these, the aromatics are the most toxic because your cancerogen effect. This method is applied for refinery wastewaters, waters surrounding the loading and unloading the pipeline terminals, and the waters where present river or sea traffic. The fluorescence technique is applied for determination of dissolved hydrocarbons and scattered in the water, basing on the fluorescence property of aromatic hydrocarbons, comparing it with a sample of hexane, which were taken as white. The fluorescence intensity of aromatic hydrocarbons is measured in a quartz cell of 1 cm optical path using wavelength of excitation of 310 Nm and 1 wavelength of emission of 360 Nm. To carry out this process, chemicals are used as standards of aromatic hydrocarbons and aliphatic certificates: deactivated alumina 5% off silica gel 5% standard crysine. Biomonitoring. The use of cage biomonitors such as seafood or freshwater fish or salt water. The procedure involves placing a number of these agencies in cage and suspend in the water column at various sampling stations located. From the data BCF and excretion rates of the chemical, an estimate is made of the time to reach equilibrium. Monitoring in terrestrial environments. Monitoring with instruments. There are different instruments for monitoring toxic in terrestrial environments. One of them is the photometer, which is a multi-parameter probe which allows analysis of nutrients such as nitrogen, potassium, ammonia, phosphorus, calcium, magnesium, among others. These elements are monitored so that the contaminated soil does not lose these nutrients and take corrective action. Values can absorb hydrocarbons in the soil. Biological monitoring. Bioassays with worms. Acute earthworm test determines the effect of the toxic compound by lethal concentration, Cl50. The toxic compound can affect the worm by ingestion or by contact through the skin. In this bioassay, worms are placed in a container which has been applied artificial soil or contaminated soil. This test lasts for 14 days. In the subchronic test, the effect of pollution on reproduction, lasting 8 weeks, is determined. Chemical monitoring. Potassium chloride extraction 1 mol per liter and determination by absorption atomic spectrophotometry. Principle and range. The sample with a solution of potassium chloride is removed. Aluminum is measured by absorption atomic spectrophotometry with nitrous oxide acetylene flame. It applies in acid soils higher pH 6.6 and it can be assumed that corresponds to the extracted aluminum interchangeably. Are used as square plastic packaging base. Stirrer and absorption atomic spectrophotometer with aluminum lamp.